Don't even talk about that. Oh, all right. I'm getting ready to have a seriously embarrassing moment. I can't open my
All right,
beer.
hold on. All
Great.
right,
He went live. Great.
welcome to episode 110 of the Beer Bullshit Show.
Woo!
Woo!
I'm your
Yeah.
host, Chris Bennett, and
He's the hostess with the
I know,
mostest.
I guess I'm the host with the most, but it's 2 weeks a little early, but this is the Christmas show, and I've got some beers that not all of them are like Christmas like, but hey, uh, any beer uh you can have for Christmas, you can drink on the show, I guess, except for the macro swill. Speaking of the macro swill, um, I think Amy and I talked about this in depth a couple weeks back. Uh, looks like you're still going to be able to enjoy your Natty Bow.
And your PBR.
Yeah, PBR, yeah.
Mm,
Um,
they taste the same. I don't care what anyone says. It's
I know, but I'm just saying that they came to an agreement. Uh, PBR sued Miller Coors, accusing them of trying to put them out of business. And while they were deliberating, um, they the jury was deliberating. They came to an agreement. So
Oh,
obviously somebody was going to lose. Obviously, if they did it while the jury was still out.
It's a shame they
So
couldn't both lose. Somehow,
yeah,
like,
yeah, but it don't work that way, Jim Bab, or else I'll be out of a job.
oh really? It was that precarious.
Well,
he,
I don't know. In my accounts alone, I sell between 5 and 7% um, PBR or PBR related products, I should say. So it would have uh, hurt us a little bit, but I'm sure we could have picked up something else. So,
But I mean, imagine the nightmare for hipsters.
oh yeah, I'm sure that you know what, during that whole last month of November, I saw an uptick of people drinking PBR. They were thinking, man, I better get PBR or else before they, you know. So I think, to be honest, I think it was a great marketing tool for them to sue Miller Coors because the word got out and my PBR sales went through the roof. So I don't know.
okay.
Hey, whatever. Maybe they should do it again then.
Yeah, maybe they should in about 5 years. I don't know. But
well, from what I understand, their contract is only up for 2 more terms. So
right.
they may be up to again. I don't know.
I don't know I won't find out anything until after the first of the year what the details of their agreement came out to be. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Jim Bab, I see you
Yo,
slurping on something.
I'm ready. I'm about to
Uh,
start.
what are you starting with tonight?
All right, this is probably the most ridiculous beer description I've ever seen. Okay, but first of all, it certainly looks beautiful, right? I mean, look at that. I got tired hands. Check it out. It's a double strawberry milkshake Imperial Stout IPA.
Say that
We've
again.
actually
Say that
we've
again.
actually had a couple of the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Jim Bad, but go. Yes, say it again.
Say it
Double
again.
strawberry milkshake Imperial Stout IPA.
Yeah, say that 10 times. Wow.
It's ridiculous. I did have this once before. I thought, why not?
Creative.
Why not? It could be a Christmas beer, right?
Yeah, it sounds like almost a Christmas beer.
It feels
Does
very
it
festive.
taste as complicated as it sounds?
No. You can definitely taste like the strawberry flavoring, and like it doesn't taste like strawberry. It tastes like a strawberry milkshake, right?
That's nice.
Which is not strawberry flavor, right? It's got like, it's almost like you were at McDonald's, like getting a milkshake kind of a flavor. But
and where's the brewery from?
It's from Tired Hands, which is
okay.
You guys probably don't get it very often out there, but it's like our regional, like, most snooty brewery, for the Philadelphia area. So.
Well, I'll have to talk to some of my friends in Philly and see if I can acquire some or make a trip, because that actually sounds really good. I think Rick would like it too.
It actually is pretty good. I wouldn't drink a lot of it, but it's certainly. It looks like a imperial stout.
It looks thick, yeah. It's got a big head on it too. Like as you've been drinking it down, it's keeping the rings. It looks nice and thick.
Yeah, it's I think it's very, despite the weird description. I think maybe if it didn't have this kind of description, what's an imperial stout IPA? What?
No, I'm not real sure exactly how that works, but like I said, it looks good. It sounds good. You're smiling while you're drinking it, and
it's fine. It's fine, and I don't know how much alcohol is in it, but they're calling it a double, so it's probably at least 8%.
Probably 10%. Yeah.
Funky can art. What the hell is it? I don't know if you guys can even interpret what this artwork is. I can't.
It looks kind of alien-esque, I suppose.
It's kind of like a galaxy with arms coming out of it.
It's an elephant, turkey, peacock.
Yeah.
Shane's got it. Always listen to Shane. Shane knows.
I think the name of this beer, I think they're calling it Only Void. Only Void. Figure that out.
That's
Don't
nice.
know. Anyway, that's what I've got. It is delicious despite how weird it is. So, cheers.
Cheers. Well, I've got to get Rick to open my beer for me because I'm having an issue. I got a beer. I got a beer with a cork, and I don't have the hand strength to open it up.
Amy,
so
I need to tell you this, but you have a drinking problem.
My drinking problem is I can't get to my beer.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is a serious issue.
Hold on. Rick, hold on. I'll show you. I'm going to get into this year's Bourbon Barrel GBS. So, you guys know when Christmas beer comes around. And look, there he goes. Oh, you should see his muscles. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. This pleases me.
Where are these muscles? I can't see any muscles. Where are they?
he's opening my beer for me, so it's got the big thick cork.
We don't care about
He's so sexy.
He's so sexy. So we'll see how mine. Let's see how mine looks.
Make sure you smell.
Oh my God! It smells good. Well, of course it's Hardywood.
Scott.
Is that Scott? Scott.
I say, just taking a little sip of the head. It's it tastes a little bit more gingery than last year's, and a little less bourbony. But
you mean
I'll
like
see as I get into
like
it.
gingerbread?
Yeah. Right. Well, you remember the bottle I sent you? Was it 2 years ago? I think. Each year it's a little bit different, but a lot of times it's real sweet. This one seems to have a little bit more ginger than what I remember, but I've still got last year's bottles sitting down in the basement too, so I might have to do a comparison.
I would think it would age well.
Okay, it's so good. This is what I wait for every year. This is like my little creme de la creme, you know.
Right.
So it might just be because it's my hometown brewery, you know. And we actually had to travel down to Richmond to get it. We couldn't get it up here. Um, but oh God, it's so good.
Did you go all the way down there just to acquire?
Well, not only to acquire it, I mean, we said we went down there under the guise of Thanksgiving and visiting family, but really it was to acquire gingerbread stout. So
That's nice. Makes the family feel important, though. So
forget the family. We just went down for the beer.
hey, they watched the kids while we went beer shopping, you know. No, I'm joking. Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I didn't mean that. I'm just joking, but thanks for watching the kids while Rick and I went beer shopping. So
But your kids don't help you with the beer shopping? What kind of a family do you have? Right?
Oh, they would if I let them, rest assured.
Okay.
If my son would have had any say in it, we'd have left the whole place with a whole case of gingerbread stout. Wow.
Is that his favorite?
Yeah. They like the smell, you know, and like I said, I mean, I've let them, you know, like taste a little bit here and there and like stick their fingers in and yeah. He likes to keep the bottles. He likes the way like the little gingerbread man is on all the art. So, oh, he can come up here.
So,
I got
awesome.
a dog. All right. What's Chris drinking?
No. Host always goes last.
All right.
What's Shane drinking?
Oh,
I think we're having.
Shane has gone black.
Okay, then what's Scott drinking?
You know,
Scott's drinking Sam Adams.
No, actually, far from it.
I'm just giving you shit.
This evening, I decided to change it up a bit and go rarity over holiday season. This is actually my first beer, I want to say, in like 2 weeks.
Oh my! What's become
I'm about to have a heart attack.
So I'm gonna go with the very aged. What year was this aged? Bottled on. Is it C3 916? So it's rather aged, but I'm drinking a KBS.
Ooh, nice. Show off.
Show off.
So yeah, that's my holiday beer.
Speaking of Founders, did you see they've got their beer calendar for next year up?
Yeah, I did.
And they've got some interesting stuff that's going to be coming out next year.
Founders is always interesting. I mean, they always do some unique stuff and some mighty tasty things too.
I would love to go up to the brewery and just check it out.
Now I know it's in Michigan, but where is it? Is it like near Detroit or like?
No.
Isn't it Grand Rapids?
Wait, deliver, blah blah blah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna put you guys on hold for a second, okay?
Okay.
I'll be back though. I'm not leaving.
All right.
Yeah, Grand Rapids.
Which is about a 5-hour drive for me. So
wow, yeah, that's out there.
Yeah. So
the best time to do it is when they actually have their anniversary parties, because they do live shows, live music, and everything.
Right. So
last year, no, this year, matter of fact, they had some of their live acts streaming on Facebook, and the first one that they did was a Guns N' Roses tribute band.
Oh, cool! Hey, get this! I just checked Google Maps. Founders Brewing does have a pub in Detroit. They've got one over there. So
yeah, that just opened up.
Awesome. Well,
I would definitely. That's got a bigger chance of me stopping in over there.
Since Scott threw us on a loop. Okay, we thought, oh, he's gonna drink the Sam Adams. It's actually me drinking the Sam Adams.
Oh.
So I still got a case of the winter stuff. I don't think I'm gonna be picking up the spring.
What's in it, man?
Very disappointing. Not only that they're throwing the Boston Lager into every variety, now they're throwing freaking Sam 76 into every freaking variety.
Yeah, they're trying to shove that crap down everybody's throat.
Yep. So I understand that they did a huge marketing thing for it and everything, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a good beer for like summertime, but other than that, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the Boston Lager in it, the Sam 76, some Bavarian beer, and the Cold Snap.
Yeah,
so I was just pleasing. I don't think I'm gonna get this one.
I already sent him like a 3-page message just giving him crap. I'm like, dude, seriously. I'm like, this is getting monotonous. I said, I understand it when Jim was there. I said, and he was CEO. I said, everything was fine. Everything was hunky-dory. I said, but as soon as he stepped down from being CEO, I said, whoever's in charge now has just like jumped off the cliff. I said, and you guys better hope you have a hope of return. I said, but if not, I said, you guys are done.
Well, is your sponsorship in question now?
Like I said, I haven't been drinking beer for, I want to say since midsummer.
Really? Wow.
Yep, I only have I've only had one here or there lately.
Strictly hard liquor now?
I've kind of switched over to the harder things. I've been getting more into the Scottish whiskeys and the bourbons.
Why not?
Cool. Yeah, fun.
So, Shane, what are you drinking?
I still have this shit because nobody sent me a care package.
Well, how can we send you a care package when we don't even know where you're at?
Did you ask? Do you have a care package ready, and are you ready to mail it? Because I have an address.
Oh, you do have an address.
You want us to ship you stuff, Shane?
I always have an address. Yes. Anything. You could send me like one can of something good, dude, and I will cherish it. I'll be all then.
How long are you gonna be at this address?
A couple months.
Dude, send me just private message me your address. I'll send you a little care package.
Okay. Right on. All right. Done and done. That'd be great, man. It's hard to find any beer down here. I mean, for God's sake, I'm going to Texas in a week to find craft beer. Okay, so that's pathetic. Texas. You guys.
You'll have to just go seek it out just to take a look at it. But Texas, I can't remember the brewery off the top of my head, but they have a 99 case of beer.
Okay. Yeah, but
it's just one huge long box. It costs $99 because it's $1 a beer, but it's just insane just to see in person because it's so long that 2 people need to pick it up and carry it out of the store.
What
Why?
Kind of beer? What kind of beer?
Because it's crap beer.
Well, that's horrible.
No, actually, I heard it's not too bad. It tastes like it's almost like a light Pilsner. but they wanted to. They're using the terminology that everything's bigger in Texas, so they came out with a 99 pack of beer.
Well, Texas is the 1-star state. You know, it's a rating. 1 star. 1 star. Where's Mark?
Matter of fact, I think the beer is actually called Lone Star.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, and Lone Star, if it is what you think it is, Lone Star or whatever, it's actually brewed by PBR. So
It sounds even worse.
so
Oh, no. I'll look at it. I'll get a picture, but that's it. You know, but I'm gonna try to find something other than Mother in Lager in Texas. Okay.
Hey guys, sorry for my break.
she's back.
And I'm gonna go to a really dope hotel, and I want to rent like a fancy car and go pick up some girls.
You need a Maserati, Shane.
Yeah, I could rent a Maserati. That's a good idea. I wanted to rent one in Italy when I was in Italy, but I don't know. I didn't, and I should have.
He didn't want to impress his lady friend out there way too much.
At all. Didn't want to impress at all.
He'd be driving up with in a Maserati, be like, "Yo, what's up, baby?"
Mhm.
Yeah, we were going to go down to the Amalfi Coast in a Maserati. But
Mhm. Yeah, she'd have been trying to marry you before you left, the country.
Yeah, exactly.
that would be hot, dude. I would like to die like that.
Is that him?
If any ladies are watching, Shane Cameron is available. By the way, you can
Shane is
look him
single
up.
and
You
ready
can
to
look him.
mingle.
You can look him up on Facebook and drop him a message, and he'll reply back to you within 24 hours.
Send him a dick pic. He loves them.
Yeah, if any of you ladies send me a dick pic, I'm going to find your mother and your grandmother, and I'm going to send it to them, okay?
Yeah, mine aren't on Facebook. Ha, ha, ha.
So is that is that implying that you're going to send one?
Shane's don't
Like
come from
you mean
Facebook
another
either. They
one?
come from his
I mean,
Tinder.
what?
On his Tinder.
I don't have.
Or
I don't,
what's the other one? What's the other Tinder, Rick?
I have no dating.
Grinders?
Grindr.
Grindr.
Yes, they're
Yes.
on Grindr.
Grindr.
He's getting all of his dick pics off of Grindr.
We're going to hook
I
Shane
actually-
up on like POF.
Hey, for what it's worth, guys, I actually have a couple guy friends that are on Grindr. So.
Oh, that's nice. Amy. Yeah. So they're
Yeah.
not. The
No,
only
they're
ones-
not. No, they're like I didn't meet them on there. I've never.
How's your?
Well,
how's
obviously,
your
it
Grindr
doesn't-
account doing?
It doesn't. I can't
Hey.
really be on Grindr. I'm not exactly. I don't have the anatomy for that.
That's
But
none of our business.
a couple of my male friends are on there, so I've heard a few stories.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a very interesting place to try
no
to
need
date.
To advertise. No need to low key advertise your anatomy, Amy.
They actually have your HIV status on your profile, from what I understand.
That's gross.
Yeah. Well. Okay. I'm not trying to talk shit about. I'm not trying to talk shit about any of my gay guy friends. They can do whatever they want. Let them get all the.
Just tell them you
whatever they want.
just tell them that you
Yeah.
work for the Vatican. You don't have to disclose that.
Well,
I do
Amy,
not have to disclose this information.
Amy, aside from your recommendations, I did go to Tijuana, but I did not go to Hong Kong like you told me. You told me it was the best place you've ever been, but I didn't go there.
Bless your heart.
Okay. So, no donkey show for Shane. I don't frequent
No
those
donkey
types.
shows.
Okay.
No Taiwan.
Hong Kong.
Hong
That's
Kong.
what you said it was. Yeah, that's what you told me.
I'm pretty sure I said Taiwan.
I'm pretty
What?
sure that was on the show too. So if you look back to
I
maybe
know.
like episode
I think it was Taiwan, if I remember
30 minutes.
Taiwan.
Yeah. See,
Islands,
Chris has
no.
my back, man.
You're talking
I
about
think it was like
Thailand.
Taiwan.
Yeah, Thailand is the ladyboy capital, but I'm not going there.
Because saying you wouldn't make it, you wouldn't make it out of mainland China.
Dude,
They'd have your ass in a second.
you know, I have a joke I could tell.
Continue the joke.
Well,
Yes.
I'd have to do some haggling to here. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Just give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll come back with a joke.
Why do you like
No,
take your
Judge.
picture away every time you want to like say something like profound?
Because I
And then all of
have
a sudden
to email.
You go back to this like cute innocent picture of you and your kid. And
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, well, that don't make it any better.
no,
I
it
have to
doesn't.
email myself. I have to email myself.
He's just, don't let him BS you. He's just used to going into them like cheap Asian like massage parlors where they're like, for an extra $25, you can make my bun sticky.
Oh my God! Let me tell you what
wish-
happened. Right,
I don't know where
right,
the
right.
How do you
Over
find?
here on the street where Rick works. Well, I guess I shouldn't really say that. Anyways, over around in the hood.
It's all good.
There was yeah. Every now and
Yeah,
again,
not
some of these
up there.
people get caught for things like that, you know. And
Them
anyways,
people in Baltimore
but they were
are just
doing
like
it.
Jack.
They were doing it. They were doing it out of the privacy of their own business,
Got it. Okay, hang on.
and I didn't see any reason why they should be shut down.
Who got shut down? I missed it.
I went to get another beer. Is that okay?
I don't think that Asian massage parlors should be shut down. I think they should be allowed.
Just the Asian ones should be left open. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I have no problems with the red light districts or anything like that. I mean, I prefer to have it like not on my street where my kids play, obviously. But I mean, in a nice little environment, you know, where you want to go in and get a nice massage and a happy ending. I mean,
Okay,
by all means.
Why would that be a bad place for your kids?
I got it.
My kids don't need to see these bitches out here sucking dick in the back of cars in front of my house. The hell are you talking about?
Can't they? Well, can't they? Just
No,
keep it
now
like
you're going into an
indoors?
establishment where it's private. I understand that.
Yes.
But, I mean,
Where-
to get a free
On
show, you can just
Pornhub,
walk down back alleys of Baltimore.
Yes, exactly. And they don't. My kids do not need to be privy to that. I mean, if that was
All
the
right.
case, I would be comfortable with sucking my boyfriend's dick in front of my children, and I think that's
Bruh.
Are you
absolutely
saying you don't do
inappropriate.
that?
Absolutely not that.
No.
Really? Jim Bab,
No.
I will fight you. I will fight you. I will hit you with a flamethrower. Boy, you don't even know. But
Okay,
Just kidding. Okay.
no, I'm talking
Got
about,
my
you know, I
joke.
mean, there are levels of appropriateness, and
There-
I
You
would
can
like
sum
to
it up
think of
real
us.
quick. There's a
as a
right
polite
time and a right
society.
place.
I would
Well-
like to think of us as a polite society,
Well,
and
I think it's
polite
prohibition that
if
sends
you're
those
going to
people
give.
into the streets. If it wasn't for the prohibition, those people wouldn't be in the streets. They would be in their businesses.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's true.
Let me. I have learned something. I have learned something by living in fucking Baltimore City. Most of these women that are out here working the street, they cannot work in an establishment. One, because they're addicted to drugs. Nobody wants a blowjob from somebody who's nodding off.
Oh, God.
I got a feeling that really doesn't make for a good
That
blowjob.
makes freebies a lot easier.
Yeah. I
It's a
don't
good
think
point,
that
Scott.
I don't think that men find track marks, exotic.
Hey,
You know,
if you're
I mean,
that desperate,
I'll
you're
let-
paying
I'll
for it
let-
to
I'll
begin
let-
with.
things like that.
Unless the guy
And-
receiving it has track marks himself.
And I will tell you what, look it up yourself. They did a test run on a bunch of the hookers that have been picked up around Baltimore City, and the HIV rate was literally, I mean, when I say through the roof, I mean like terrifyingly through the
Oh,
roof.
yeah.
So, these places keeping their establishments clean, letting them, whatever it is they do, I mean, every guy
Well, look at it
needs
this way.
to be
I mean,
happy. So, I mean,
If they're
But
abiding
again,
by the
somebody-
health code, and if
some-
they're doing it the right way, I mean,
Well, I mean,
just like out
obviously
there
they
in
weren't
Nevada.
abiding by the health code because, I mean, the thing is that, you know, prostitution is not legal up here, even though, I mean, it should be. But, you know,
Not
when
out
it
there, but I'm
really,
talking about like in places like Nevada. I mean, how do you get away with it in Nevada, but you can't get away with it anywhere else because of the fact that they want to keep it non-legal only because of the fact that they can't tax it.
they can't tax it. Exactly. But
Right.
I mean, when it really comes down to it, what it was there was some bitch out there that got mad, and excuse me for being misogynistic, you know, considering I'm a female, but some old lady that got pissed off that her old man was getting a blowjob from, you know, some little Asian chick at the Asian massage parlor, probably because she wasn't sucking her old man's dick, and she turned him in. Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I mean, people have needs, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not sending my old man over there, you know, but, you know, I mean, I plan on taking care of him at home, but regardless, it shouldn't be illegal, you know. There's nothing wrong with it, especially as long as they're clean, you know, I don't see any problem with it. And it's behind closed doors, and it's consenting adults, so I don't understand why it
Jim
should be a
Bab,
problem.
you're muted.
I was going to
There
say,
you go.
forget about the prostitution. What the things you were describing are illegal for amongst married adults in like 12 or 15 states.
Oh,
Right.
I know.
Sex is illegal. So
Okay, well, I mean,
Yep.
I don't really do that stuff. I just talk about it. You know, it's a
even
fantasy of mine.
professionally or
Yeah.
These old sodomy laws, I don't really get. You know.
Do you guys want to hear the joke about sex, Japanese sex?
Uh
Go
oh.
ahead.
No,
Here
we don't
comes
want to
Shane
hear
back.
it.
Shane just walked back into the conversation.
All right.
Thanks, Shane.
Do you want to hear the
Hey,
Japanese?
new beer alert.
Oh
Sierra
yeah.
Nevada Narwhal.
Are you doing a narwhal?
Narwhal. Yep, I'm doing the narwhal.
Oh,
I like that. Even though it's the Sierra Nevada, I like that one. I don't want to say even though it's Sierra Nevada. That sounds like a beer snob. I liked it.
Yeah, you are the ultimate beer snob. Oh, I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
drink
I'm
that
not.
because it's Sierra Nevada. Oh, heavens.
No.
Heaven forbid.
Scott, you know I'll drink Sierra Nevada. Scott's the biggest beer snob. Maybe Jim Beam, but not me.
I think-
I
still
would say
drink-
Jim Bab out of all of us.
That's right.
I personally
Guys like
think
Neil
that
Jim
I
Bab,
personally
but not
I
me.
personally think that if Jim Bab were to get the narwhal where he lives, he would drink it himself too. So
Didn't
you
I have
know,
a narwhal didn't I post like a picture of narwhal like a month or two ago? Like
yeah, a month or two. Yes,
It's
Yeah.
good. It is good.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also narwhal themed, okay, which you can't really say about almost any other beer.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with the narwhal.
no. And the
I heard
bourbon
the
age
barrel
and the
age was
bourbon
very
age
good.
one, the bourbon age narwhal was just freaking fantastic.
Nice.
So
Torpedo
when I
Man,
had it,
really gotten me through
Yeah.
like some like low budget situations. where-
narwhal or just the plain narwhal?
I would still drink Torpedo as a solid offering from Sierra Nevada.
it's good
Yeah.
when
And
you're in
it's like-
craft beer.
It's like a buck of
Yeah,
beer,
but you
too.
gotta
I mean,
you gotta
it's
think
really
about it though. I mean,
inexpensive
for somebody
sometimes.
that can get a hold of like Hetty versus like Torpedo, I mean, I would rather drink the Hetty over the Torpedo any day.
Yes.
oh,
but
I
you
would,
know
I
what?
would too. I would too. We distribute it, but still, I mean, not all of us is able to go, you know, hop in our Learjet and go to Vermont and get, you know, Hetty Topper, you know,
Right,
every
but-
other week, you know.
But also
still.
consider the
I've
retail price
still
of Hetty
never-
Topper is probably 3 times that of Torpedo.
I've
Right?
still
Oh, I bet,
never
yeah.
had
For every
Hetty
case
Topper.
of Hetty Topper you could get, assuming you're at their retail store, you could probably get 3 cases of Torpedo. So for serious
Oh, yeah.
alcoholics that just need sheer alcohol to power their circuits, You know, heady topper. I mean, for a party, like if you want to bring a lot of beer to a party, I would. I think that's respectable.
I know some serious
to
alcoholics. I mean, one of the guys that I work with, he works on second shift. And we were talking about Thanksgiving weekend, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you drink beer." He was like, "But you drink the expensive stuff." He was like, "I can't just get all into that." He was like, "But I already called my beer guy over the week." He was like, "Yeah, I got your cases here." I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "What you drink?" He was like, "Oh, you probably won't like that." I said, "No, seriously, what you drink, man?" I said, "I know you're a throwback, low budget guy." He was like, "Well, kinda, yeah." I said, "Okay, so what do you drink?" He was like, "I'm going to pick up 2 cases of Natty Ice." He was like, "And I'll probably have to go back for another 15 pack before the weekend's over." I said, "So you're picking up 2 30 packs?" I said, "And another 15 before the weekend's over?" Holy crap.
That just means you're going to get fat.
No,
that's a pretty low alcohol beer, right? I mean, some people like to drink like a case of beer throughout the day. Hey, go for it, right? They need a lower alcohol. Like,
I mean, maybe if you're working on the lawn or something like that. I mean, that's what
this dude comes in sweating, and you can smell it on him.
That's like a real alcoholic. They need a regular large quantity just to continue.
Right.
Like I used to work with a guy. I worked for him. He ran this restaurant, and he drank a case of Budweiser every day, just working behind the counter. Okay, and he smoked 4 or 5 packs of Winstons every day.
Oh,
wow.
Ooh.
He had no problem. When he wanted to put on a buzz, he'd go out drinking liquor with like the guys at the barbershop next door. Okay. That's how he had such a high tolerance for alcohol. Like just to maintain took a case of beer, right? Like
wow.
People would see the stacks of beer behind their counter, and they'd be like, "Oh, can I get a Budweiser?" Like, "No, that's not for sale." And like, "But there's stacks of Budweiser there." That's just for the owner, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
That is
but
ridiculous.
Have you guys ever met any alcoholics that drink the stuff that we drink? I've never met one person.
No,
because you can't afford it.
But still,
I think those people drink for a totally different reason. Like it's a totally different game for them, right? It's not. It's just maintaining an addiction at a certain point, right? And you don't really care what the flavor of your addiction is, as long as the addiction's being met. That's what you know. What so like you know what people drink. Really pretty much anything, and of course I would too if I had to. But thankfully I
don't really always think about it like that. But I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's very expensive. And why would you waste that much money when you could just maintain on something else?
Well, but plus, no, I don't think it's the money thing at all. Because I mean, look at what people spend on cocaine addictions, right? So I think if somebody was really, had an alcoholic situation, I just don't know. I just think that's a different reason to drink than people that go to craft beer, even though we like a buzz or whatever. And
well, who doesn't?
I'm just making excuses for my own alcoholism.
Well,
but
I mean, for people like us, though, I mean, it's just like craft beer itself is more of a flavor thing. Maybe? I mean, we like to get out there and adventure through the flavor profiles of all these beers, and we kind of look at.
Question and interrupt you.
Go ahead.
How many non-alcoholic beers have you ordered in your life?
Believe it or not, I've actually ordered a few, quite a few.
You've ordered a few. I'm just saying, you're in it for the flavor means you'd at least try one, right?
No, I take that back.
I have not ordered it, but I have tried one.
I've ordered actually a lot because I was pregnant for 2.5 years of my life, 3 pregnancies, 9 months, and I actually enjoyed the taste of beer. So I drank non-alcoholic beer. I would drink O'Doul's.
Oh, okay.
As disgusting as that may be. but it still
Oh,
gave me the same,
Okay, great.
hey, I can have beer, but I'm not having any alcohol. Hey.
Well,
So yes, I have
if
drank
you've ever
O'Doul's.
watched the program How Beer Saved the World, they'll tell you that even when, pregnant women would be in their last trimester, especially Irish women, that they would tell them to drink a Guinness a day.
No, one of the things that my midwife told me, because you have to remember I didn't have doctors, I had midwives. They told me after I had my babies, not the first thing you do. I mean, obviously try to breastfeed them normally at home. But if it seems a little difficult, drink a Guinness and it'll start flowing. And I'd say what, Guinness is magic when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Guinness. And I don't know if I told you guys, I don't remember if it was the last time we had the beer show, but we actually went to the Guinness Brewery here in Baltimore. They just opened one up by the house.
Interesting.
It sucks.
I heard it did.
No, it sucks. It was awful.
Did you know there's different Guinness recipes though that go out at each brewery? Like there's variations depending on which one it comes from.
We tried. Jim Bab. When they have a giant glass building with a giant set of stairs going into it, you have to go up this giant set of stairs to get to your beer. And then you have to go down this giant set of stairs to get down, and everything in the building is glass. They didn't build that for beer lovers.
No.
I'm sorry. They apparently don't understand
volume.
Volume.
Right? Volume.
It sounds like they built it for show appeal.
Yes.
I'm
not gonna don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful facility. But I tell you what, the local breweries here, I mean, we could hit them up, anytime we want to. I would much rather go to a place that's comfortable than a place that is all glass with 5 million stairs.
Right.
If I'm going to take an Uber there and drink beer and take an Uber home. Because if we're going to hit the breweries, that's what we do.
You and
we
your
don't
man
drive.
should actually try to come out to the Brewdog, not only the brewery that they have here outside of Columbus, but they also just built a beer motel or hotel that have a beer jacuzzi.
My God, I saw that.
It's got a beer jacuzzi. It's got 3 taps in the bedroom, and it also has 2 taps in the shower.
In the shower. I swear to fucking God, I saw that. Yeah.
It's about 2.5 to 3 hours away from me. I still haven't been there yet, but I heard it's fantastic.
I thought it was in Pennsylvania, or is it in Ohio?
No, it's right outside of Columbus.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember talking to him about
in the one that has the
oh my God, I want to go there.
The hotel. It's kind of surrounding, like big, huge vats. They're open vats of where they brew their sour beer. They got like 2 or 3 huge vats just sitting in the middle. And when you go up to your rooms, all the rooms are surrounding these huge vats.
Well, I mean, as if they didn't
sour beer.
As if they didn't have me enough. I mean, I was completely, mesmerized by the entire design. I love the way the rooms looked. I love the whole concept of it. But when they said shower beers,
yep. But it was where they had me was the beer jacuzzis.
Yeah,
because
the beer jacuzzi is probably the beer shower is definitely.
Well, I
beer
mean,
jacuzzi
they have.
Just seems like a waste of beer.
Well, it is, but I mean, when you can brew that much, and it's just their traditional. What is it? The 5 a.m. Saint or something like that they brew like constantly. They brew so much of it. It's kind of like the Boston Lager. I don't know how many times Jim brewed up like so many vats of like the Boston Lager and like swam in the shit. And it was just like, okay, whatever. I even watched the Brewdogs episode where they brewed a beer with Sam Adams and Jim Cook. And that's the one thing that Jim did. He sat out a big ass pool and filled it up with the Boston Lager, and they all swam.
That's where
pretty
you get
much
the distinctive
naked.
flavor.
Yeah, right. They
Yeah.
Where do you
swam
think
in
that
whatever.
distinctive flavor comes from?
Right.
It comes from their
Yeah.
buttholes.
Yeah, they actually based in that shit.
Ball sweat.
You're like, yeah, you thought it was just the taste of the yeast or whatever.
No. Oh God, Jim.
Yep.
You're awful. Yeah.
It
That's
would
sad.
explain, honestly, to me, it would explain a lot of why Sam Adams tastes the way it does.
Well, especially throughout the late 80s, early 90s, Jim actually had a lawsuit against him for a open radio show because he couldn't get his beer to sell. And what was funny, I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was funny for the times. But he went on to a radio show and he was like, you know what? In order to sell my beer, I'm going to go on here and we're going to have a wild contest. And it's in his book. And he sits there and he says, you know, this wasn't the best thing that I thought of. He was like, because it caused me a lawsuit. But at the same time, he was like, I went on this radio show and I was like, I will give you a, you know, X amount of cases of beer if anybody's going out there and they have sex in their car in public. And these people were calling. These people were calling in as they were doing it in the radio station and was like, we're going at it. We're doing it. We win. Yay. He was like, I didn't mean for you to actually call in. So the radio station got flack for it. He got flack for it. The city sued him. Yeah, but
that's how people.
He was like, famous. I didn't think people would go all that way just for beer.
Hey, you got to get noticed somehow. They didn't have the internet. I mean,
right. He was so desperate in the beginning where he was like, I walk past this place all the time. It's a food restaurant. He was like, and down the side of the alleyway, they got Miller Coors tents out there on their little patio. He was like, so what I would do is that I would go by, he was like, with my briefcase, I would open up my briefcase. He was like, and I would throw empty bottles of Sam Adams Boston Lager all over the place to make it look like that people were drinking his beer. He was like, and eventually I got a call from the head owner of Miller telling me to stop it. He was like, but at that point in time, he was like, you know what? I knew I was recognized. I knew I was on the right track.
Wait, he put his empty bottles in their trash cans? What?
In alleyways where these people were, you know, had tents, those tents outside that when you open them up, you can see like it says Miller Coors on the outside of the tent.
Okay.
He said, I would go down these alleyways of these, you know, frequented, you know, either bars or restaurants that would have these. He was like, and I would throw out 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6, you know, empty Sam Adams bottles. He was like, I would get yelled at from the store owner, but I finally also got a call from the head CEO, the owner of Miller Coors, to call me. He was like, and he was bitching me out one side and up the other. He was like, but I finally knew I was recognized.
And you know what's really interesting about that, Scott? Miller Coors are the only distributors that will distribute Sam Adams beers.
Yep. That's right.
Sam Adams will not allow anybody else to distribute their beers.
Yep. Yeah, he's dead set against. Yeah, he's so dead set against Budweiser. He hates them so bad.
Right. He does.
But so can everybody else. I mean, the Brazilians actually bought all the profits off of the Belgians. So it's 100%. All of what they own is 100% off of Belgian side because it was dual owned. Now it's just Brazilian owned.
Right. Well, back to, I had a quick comment. I knew a guy that drank a 30-pack of Natty Light a day. And when um, he was told that he had to stop drinking, he went cold turkey, and 2 weeks later he passed away.
Wow.
Should have
It
kept
was
drinking.
sustaining him. It
Yep.
was sustaining him.
Yep.
Yes. And it was
Well, the
sad
cold turkey
too.
was probably just too much of a shock to his system.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Sorry to hear that.
He passed away you could walk by his apartment, and like in his chat right, sitting outside his door were like gobs and gobs of cans just it back in the package. He had like cases just lined up like right next to his door of nothing but
Right.
Natty Light 30s. I was like,
one
damn.
of our inspectors for our machine shop, when he retired, his beer was Milwaukee's Best. They bought him 2 cases of Milwaukee's Best on his retirement day.
The Beast.
I mean,
Yep.
good for them. I mean, whatever it is he likes to drink. I mean, not everybody
Well,
can be.
they
like,
told
you
him.
know,
They were like,
not
you know,
everybody's
here's
into,
2 cases
like,
of
this
beer,
whole
go out
flavor
fishing and
thing like
enjoy
we
your
are.
life.
I mean, I tell you, you know, I've always liked craft beer, but I couldn't always afford it. And the thing is, it wasn't always available. I mean,
Right.
the last 10
Right.
years, it's become a lot more available. But I mean, prior to that, I just like fucking beer. And a lot of times, you know, I just want to go fishing. That's all I want to do. I want to go fishing.
Yep.
I want to sit out there all day. I want to, you know, do my thing. I want to go out there at night. And I just want to drink beer, you know. So, I mean, PBR, you know, being from Virginia was always kind of my thing. Since I've been up here in Maryland, if I want to get cheap beer, it's always obviously Natty Boh. But I mean, it's the same thing, but it's cheap. It's easy. It's an easy drinking beer. It tastes like beer. It's not as gross as Budweiser. It's a little bit sweeter, but it's an easy drinking beer. You can sit there, you can drink it all day. You know, just doing the lawn. You know, sitting
Good
out
for
there
people that
fishing,
like border walls.
doing whatever you want to do. Oh, shut up,
Yeah.
Shane.
Ah,
Don't
border
even-
wall beer.
Border walls.
Don't even
Italian
start with your
Grace
shit. I ain't even
will
trying to
love
hear it.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. PBR is the anti-immigration beer. No.
See, I can't chop wood. Beer.
Oh,
For people who can't chop wood.
are you kidding? I chop my own wood for years. My kids can chop wood. Jesus. Why do you want to like stereotype us as fucking hipsters when I'm older than you little.
And she knows how to
Wheels.
use a flamethrower.
I
She
do.
is
I mean,
definitely-
don't even start
definitely
pissing with me, Shane.
older. She's definitely older than me for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
I'm
Which
still
of this
tougher than
group
you,
is
so
the
I don't
most
really give
lethal?
2 shits.
I think we all know who in this group is the most lethal. There's no denying it.
Yeah, Amy for sure.
Yeah, Jim Bab. Jim Bab's the
No.
one that's the most lethal out of all of us. You give him
I
on a
think
top.
so.
You get him on
I
a
think it's Jim
topic.
Bab.
You get him on a topic. He'll tell you about the topic about 3 different ways in
My
one
vote's on
sentence.
my vote's on Jim Bab.
My vote's on Jim Bab too.
Right.
Go right ahead. He can have that one.
I've never operated a flamethrower.
I was thinking about teaching you the Wild West, Jim Bab.
Yeah.
You're so cultured and smooth and like awesome, you know, and just appropriate.
I need
Right
some
now, he
Wild
has
West,
his
though.
nose shoved right up your sphincter.
I don't want
Oh,
you to live
God.
the Wild West.
He's fingering your bunghole right now, James.
Look at how
Bab.
red his face is.
No.
Jim
His
Bab.
face is so red right now.
The thing is,
Remember
that
when we were talking about Taiwan? We really weren't talking about Taiwan. We were
Okay,
talking about
no,
Jim
dude,
Bab's backyard.
He was like, how tight is your wand?
The thing is, it's like if you
Hold on.
get
I'm
pulled over,
gonna skip out on this for a second so you guys can talk a little bit of shit about me.
if you get pulled over,
No.
like you want Jim Bab to be your spokesman. Okay, he's like the spokesman, dude. I'm telling you. You know, you get into a weird situation, Jim Bab is the spokesman. He's got you covered.
What?
It's like, good day.
How did all this gay stuff for homosexuality crap just get turned on to him?
Yeah,
I mean, we know where this all lies, Shane.
Well, the thing about
since Shane's really the only single guy amongst us, so
Right.
yeah, but the thing about Scott and Amy is that they both have Grindr accounts. Okay.
That's the reason why he likes drinking out of the long neck bottles.
And I don't.
All the rest of us drink out of glasses, and he drinks out of the bottle for the most part.
You probably.
But
that's
that's because he's that confident in his manhood that he doesn't have to feel it threatened by the shape of his.
Even more correct, Mr. Bab.
Notice though that my vessel is longer and wide. It's longer and fatter.
Let me see if I have anything longer and fatter around here to play
This is
with.
one of my favorite beer glasses because it takes a whole basically you can put a whole 16-ounce can in here. It's nice.
Yeah, do you? Is that the biggest one you got? You don't have one that holds 22?
This might be 22. I don't know. I'm not really know how many ounces it is, but it's big enough. I mean, I've got like beer steins and shit like that for
Right.
But
right.
To me, this is like the perfect size for a beer glass. It's like more than a pint, right? But or maybe like a Canadian pint. Like you go to Canada and you get a pint of beer. It's like this size. It's like a proper big glass of beer.
That's technically what I call a proper beer glass. Is that even if you go over to Germany, I mean, any of the foreign countries, matter of fact, I mean, you actually get a pint of beer.
I'm not sure how it caught on that we have these little tiny pint glasses in bars around here, but
it's the whole 12-ounce metric system and inch system, and it's so stupid.
But I think the breweries now, the ones I look at, my favorites are the ones that have like a 6-ounce, 10-ounce, 12-ounce, like on the menu. They just give you the ounces.
Yep.
Yep. Instead of trying to play stupid games with, well, this kind of beer goes in this glass and that kind of beer goes in, just pick your size. And I always get the smaller sizes. Always I love to get the 6 ounces when I go to a brewery. Right, because then I can drink.
Well, most of the time you can get them in flights, and flights are easier to enjoy because you can try more beer.
Yeah,
totally.
Flights are the way to go.
Yeah, because when I go to if I go to the Speaking of which, I got their shirt on. If you go to 101 bottles of beer on the wall up in Kent, Ohio, they actually have I think it's like $10 flights. You can order 4 of everything on the menu, or I think it's 5. It's like 4 or 5 that you can order at flight prices for $10. And then if you see a little red star next to it, that means it's premium price because it's usually either barrel aged or the keg is smaller, so it's a rare beer. So then you would have to pay premium price only on that one beer, but you can still get it in your flight.
That's the way it should be. I posted a picture of a flight the other day. I also just love the way a flight of beer looks, like a rainbow of fall colors.
I like that too.
It's very aesthetically pleasing to me for some reason.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things with me, and I've tried to explain this to. Well, I don't really need to explain it so much to my children, but my boyfriend and everyone else. Whenever I prepare a meal, I try to make it very pretty. you know, I don't like for them to make their own plates. I like for them to allow me to make their plates for them because I know how the food is supposed to look. I know that this is supposed to be this way. And I mean, and things are supposed to be pretty. And you can't just slap macaroni and cheese on your plate, you know, with some mashed potatoes or whatever. I mean,
Why not? Why not? It's
well,
gonna
You
all go
can
down
if you're
the
just
same
in a
way.
hurry.
you can, but the thing is, food tastes so much better when it looks pleasing. You know, when it's
Of course
aesthetically
it is.
pleasing.
Not really.
And beers,
It depends on the
yes,
food.
no.
It's
Well,
all
I
going
cook
down the same
really.
way.
Look,
I am not eating an anchovy pizza.
no one will ever tell you that I'm a bad cook. I'm an
You're-
amazing cook.
You're a bad cook.
I will fight you.
Listen, she knows how the right way is to slap macaroni and cheese on a plate. She doesn't just let them do it. She does it
No.
just the right way.
No, I don't. I don't even like making macaroni and cheese because it's one of those things that you can't
Man.
make aesthetically pleasing.
God, you're so
Look,
un-American.
Look, she needs to go back and watch all the videos from like 2 years
Un-American.
ago
You need to,
from
you need to
the
go,
time
you
that
need
she
to go
was
back
down
to
in
where you came
Virginia.
from. You need to
Till
go back to
now.
where you came
I mean,
from. You're so
the
un-American.
Yep.
Is
From
No,
where she
even-
came from to the
No,
videos
look.
till now, she became Mary Homemaker.
No, my
Martha Stewart.
no,
Yep.
look, even my mom and dad will tell you that I've always made nice looking plates and I've always made nice looking food. And I do try. I try very hard, but a lot of times I have to make mass amounts of food for mass amounts of people because I have a huge family. Where I live now, I have 6 people in the house that I have to feed. 2 adults, 4 kids, sometimes five kids, sometimes 6 kids, because between my boyfriend and I, we have 6 children. But at the same time, at my parents' house, when I go there, I have nieces, nephews, my brothers, my sisters, and we have all kinds of things. So we have to make mass amounts of food. But when I'm trying to make a nice dish for me and my boyfriend, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I want it to look nice because I honestly believe that food that looks nice tastes better. It's this weird thing in your brain. But at the same time, I know that the food that I make, even though I make really good food, certain things taste better when they're made by other people. And it's kind of the same thing, whereas my boyfriend doesn't want to make his own sandwiches.
Oh.
So,
Woman, make me a sandwich. Make me
There
a
it is.
sandwich, woman.
no,
Sandwich.
it's not. No. It's not even like that. But I mean,
I
like
think
when
it is like that.
when
It
we
may
wake up in the
not look
morning,
like it.
It's,
What
more
if-
like-
It's okay, Rick. Woman, make me a sandwich.
Hey,
It's-
babe. How about
it's
a
not even
sandwich?
like that. But when we get up in the morning, I get my kids to school. He gets up, he does his little things, whatever he does, and by the time he goes to get in the shower, I come down. I'm already up. I've been up for an hour already, and I make him a fresh sandwich every morning. I fresh grill his bread with ghee, not butter, but with ghee,
That's right.
and
Not a hipster.
so no, it tastes better, okay. And so I get his sandwiches done. So his sandwiches are ready for for his ride to work, and I make it for him on a
You make
nice
him
little
sandwiches?
napkin.
She
I
does.
and I always give him a nice little note, with something from you are my sunshine to I want to kiss your wiener, something, whatever, somewhere in between.
And then
And
what do you?
I have his lunch is normally ready in the refrigerator, so I have that ready to go. And then if he needs work clothes or whatever, I have whatever he needs ready for him to go. And he doesn't need me to do these things for him. He did these
She
things
went from
for
being a soldier to a
years
military wife.
before
Yeah, you
I
took all
ever
his
came
freedom
into
away,
his
dude.
life. But the thing is, I like doing these things for him, and it pleases me, and it makes me happy to make him happy and just help simplify his life. And
Right. That way he doesn't have to put his own notes in his lunch.
no, because he shouldn't have to. Because he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He shouldn't have to kiss his own wiener. So,
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like he's really Marilyn Manson.
Possible?
No,
Did that really happen? I heard rumors.
no, it didn't.
Well,
But I just try to keep him happy.
it's nice
And
to hear
that's
that
that's
you
something
do
that,
this,
I mean,
but really,
that's something that, I mean, like,
I still
I
see this
really,
bigger picture. I mean, she's went from a militant to a military wife.
Yeah. Well, she's a border Terrian.
Maybe she's a militant military wife.
It could be. It could be.
She wants
I
to
was
keep
gonna
the
say,
brown people out, so she got to make a sandwich. All right.
oh my God, Shane, I swear to God, I'm gonna fight you.
Hey guys, I'm bailing out.
Somebody just got scolded.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too.
Bab. Have a good Christmas.
Good seeing everyone.
Good seeing you, Mr. Bab.
Later, guys.
Later, man.
Bye,
I'll
Scott.
talk to you guys later too. I got a jet.
All right. Have a good Christmas, Scott.
Right.
You too, man.
You guys have a great Christmas. I'll talk to you soon. But you notice the difference is while I'm sitting here talking about like my quote unquote patriarchy, he's not down here bitching at me. He's like, I know I got my girl to take care of me, and but at the same time, he doesn't need me to take care of him. It's just kind of nice to have around, so kind of works. But he still swears my sandwiches are better than his, and I don't like him to cook for me because he can't cook for shit. But either way, I love him. The kids don't mind his cooking. So.
It's good to have that. It's good to have that established.
I just like that I make him happy, like little smiles during the day.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to hear about Japanese sex?
No, I don't want to hear about Japanese sex.
I do, because you didn't tell us earlier.
All right. So, we got a 2-1 vote here. So,
wow.
All right.
I win.
A Japanese couple is arguing about how to perform highly erotic sex. The husband says, Sukitaka, Mojitaka. The wife replies, Koanini moi janakpa. The husband says angrily, Toka a anjirori rumi yaku. Wife is on her knees, literally begging, Mimi nakundina tinkuji. The husband shouts angrily, Na miau kina timkuji. I can't believe you guys are just sitting here listening to this. You don't even understand Japanese.
We have no clue what the hell you're saying, and we're
exactly
going to explain.
And I've heard that joke before. So yeah. But since I'm the host, I had to suffer through that. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah, thanks, Shane, for being such a prick.
Sorry, bro. Chris, sorry, Amy, not
you.
Sorry.
You are vegetarian. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to call you, the RV-tarian.
the RV-tarian.
Jim Bab was in
the RV-tarian.
Yeah, Jim Bab was in his RV.
Because we don't know what's buried underneath the RV.
Yeah, I'm in a singles club. This is an RV singles club. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, the majority of women are 50 and up.
Yeah, most of them are 30 years older than me, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. That ain't gonna get you. That ain't gonna get you nowhere, Shane.
No,
Oh.
that's right. I'm basically in the desert here. I am actually.
He,
And unfortunately, those women are a lot more experienced than you.
Literally. Yeah. But
he just made me laugh. I was telling Rick earlier today.
wish I was
I
born
was like,
earlier.
you know, I was telling Rick, I said, you know, like my best friend on the show really, I said, it's Chris, because I feel like I'm like the closest to him because we talk the most. And, you know, I feel like we really understand each other. I said, but the most amusing person on the show is Shane. I said, because the boy just ain't right in the head.
Well, this is gonna be
Oh.
5 years. This is gonna be 5 years for the
And you're just you're entertaining, you're random, you're weird, you're cute, you're fun. I don't think I could talk to you on a weekly basis. I think you would damage my psyche. Um, but you're a lot of fun to talk to on the show. I mean,
Okay.
Chris, I can talk to. Chris is a logical, normal human being. Whereas Shane, you're just fucking weird, but I like you at the same time. So please take that as a compliment.
That's cool. You know, like I understand that you like to gay bash people, and that you like borders and stuff like that. So, thank you for the nice compliment, Amy.
Actually, I think it's that gingerbread stout that she's drinking.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really a weird compliment.
It looks good too, Amy.
It is.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's
hilarious.
thick and it's black, and you know how I like my. Yeah,
You mean? Never mind. I
my
won't go
beer.
there.
Can you explain further for us? Can you just like tell us more about that thick and black and how you like your what?
Oh, you haven't had one of these, have you?
No, he hasn't.
It's a damn good beer. I sent one to Chris before. I've sent them to Jim Bab too. So
Dude, I'm
No.
they
in
both
craft
know.
beer.
It's good shit.
No, the
I'm
gingerbread
in
stout.
craft beer hell down here, and any support, any uplifting, positive vibes or packages.
I'd like to believe that my beer from Virginia is special. So even if it's not special, I still like to believe it's special because it's my hometown beer. So I'm really trying over here. Okay.
Make me a believer. I want to be a believer too. You know, little stamp on a
Chris,
package.
how did you feel about it? You liked it a lot,
I
didn't
liked
you?
it. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I want to try.
I just wish.
Well, maybe you should stop being such a wiener to me, Shane.
I just wish that there were breweries around here that made specialty stuff like that. You know, there aren't many around here that do, and if they
What'd I tell
do,
you?
they
to
sell out
Virginia.
like. If they do, they sell out like that. So
That's what I told you about moving to Virginia. And then when
I
I
ain't
moved to
moving to
Maryland,
no
I told
Virginia.
you.
I ain't
I told
moving to
you.
no Virginia. Shit.
Oh no,
Those
boy,
people down there
Virginia.
are crazy. They're crazy down there.
No,
Yeah.
Virginia is a fucking life. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Virginia's
It's
they're
easy.
fucking crazy.
It's
They
depending on where you live.
they hung a brother in a heartbeat.
No, good
Yep.
God,
Uh-huh.
no.
Yep.
Virginia is nice and slow. I mean, like think about Sublime. You know, be like, "Well, living's easy." Yes, it's very easy living in Virginia. You come to Baltimore, that's a whole different fucking ballgame. you know, but no, Virginia, you live in fucking Illinois. At least you can own a gun in fucking Virginia.
I can load a
At
gun here
least you can
too.
have a chicken in your backyard, or you can, or you can live in the city and
You know
be
what? You
right
know
next to
what?
a brewery or 10,
I,
because I mean that's
I
the way
would.
Richmond is.
I
Richmond's
I could own a gun here too, but I'll never tell you. I'll never tell
Rich,
you.
Rich
I'll never tell you publicly that I
no.
have one.
Well,
fell out of
since I can't. It, well, since I mean I need a Class C license to actually own a flamethrower. So legally, no one can really own it without a Class C license.
Well, that sucks.
I'll just admit
That
that
sucks.
I don't own a flamethrower,
Well, you know,
but I've shot a few.
That's cool.
You know what? I don't.
But I like
I don't
that.
think you.
I
don't think
think
you
it's
should
cute.
have a. I don't think you should have a license or a permit to own anything. If I want a tank, if I want a fighter jet, if I want a bazooka, if I want a grenade launcher, I shouldn't have to have a permit. There.
Yeah.
I want an M203.
Yep.
I want I mean, yeah.
The only thing I'm totally against are nukes.
I do try to be polite.
Yeah, but nukes have done so many good things for the world, Chris.
Yeah.
What about claymores?
What? Kill millions of people? Sure.
Yeah. But we do that with other things now that are more quote unquote compassionate. You know.
I just want a tank. I just want a tank to defend my property.
Well, I agree with that for sure, and a drone.
I just want a tank to get through traffic. I mean,
why would you want to? Why would you want to? Why would you want to waste all that gas? It'd probably take a full tank of gas to get to your house to the corner.
It pretty much does now. You don't understand where I live. It is hell. I'm working on it, though. So I'm working.
Rick ain't gonna go nowhere. Come on. He's gonna be like, baby, you may be the best thing in the world, but I ain't leaving Baltimore.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Might take me a minute, but I'm patient, Yeah. I've learned.
Well, it's hard, and you guys are doing an awesome job. So it's tough, but it's awesome. Congrats.
How are we doing an awesome job?
They're still together.
How are we doing an awesome job with Baltimore? The fact that we managed to survive and not get shot. Yeah, I mean, okay, yes, I guess we are doing an awesome job. We've managed to not get murdered or robbed or anything like that. Yeah, we're doing a real awesome job in Baltimore. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
That's what I was talking about.
This place is a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
Oh, you love it, Amy. Shush.
No.
You do.
No.
Yeah, you do. I know you do. It's okay.
See, I don't love anybody enough to live in Baltimore. Okay, so you're doing awesome. So congratulations.
Well, he's very special to me. So
that's good. I'm gonna go live in Somalia.
I mean, yeah, you could live in Somalia. You could live in Detroit. You could live in Chicago, like Cabrini Green, and you'd be living in Baltimore. I mean, it's the same difference.
Yeah, well, I could go live in the most dangerous town in the world and be more safe than in Baltimore.
Pretty much.
Wait a minute, Baltimore is one of the most dangerous towns in the world.
True.
But no, we were first per capita this past year. So
no, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Baltimore. You're number one in something.
Yeah.
Well, it's just murders.
Yeah, no big deal. Murder,
Just
death
right.
happens all the time.
And
I
it's
think we
mostly
were.
But I
For,
guarantee you one thing: the U.S. government kills more people than people in Baltimore.
we were first in
Yeah.
murders. I think second in opioid deaths.
Oh, that's strong.
So
Colorado is probably.
Blame
I
the U.S.
mean,
government for that too.
yeah, we got a lot of dead people up here,
Yep.
Yeah.
and none of it ever gets prosecuted. Seriously.
Just they don't
Probably.
care. It's just you're just a body. Oh well. On to the next thing.
Yeah.
But they'll throw people with small amounts of drugs in jail and
No, see, that's the funny thing though, Chris. I've been following up on a lot of this stuff. Because I was really curious about it. Most of these people get no prosecuted. They get the charges, and the charges come up on the news and things like that. And it's the same way with the murders and the shootings and everything else. You would be actually. I started putting together something on this, and I don't want to say too much about it. But so many of these people just get let go. And I'm not talking about the drug charges. The drug charges, I mean, it's 6 to 1, half dozen another. But I mean, I'm talking about the actual violent charges where people are getting shot, kids are getting shot. I think you saw, I mean, we had a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old who died, and another 13-year-old gets shot within the last month. Just right here in the neighborhood. Wow. And it's all gang shootings. And I mean you really can't make this shit up. But the thing is, these people, I mean, they get let go. We had the people who get arrested for it, when you go back, once the initial shock. Here's the thing, is because there's so much that happens in Baltimore. Once the initial shock wears off, nobody's looking at these cases anymore. And I'm one of the people that's trying to follow up on all these cases. And
for that.
And they're getting nothing. They're getting no prosecute. They're getting a suspended sentence. They're getting, a plea, But they just shot a fucking 3-year-old and they're getting a plea with probation. And I mean, I can tell you, I mean, I can screenshot this shit for you guys all day long, because I mean, you can't make this shit up. I've never seen anything like the way the Baltimore City is handling shit ever in my life. I would have never, this shit would have never passed in Richmond. This shit would have never passed in anywhere else I've ever lived. I know why it passes here. But I mean, if you don't see it and you're looking in from an outsider, it's not so shocking. But when you're looking in from an insider, these people just expect it, because this is what they've gone through for their entire lives. And that's why people from Baltimore aren't shocked by these type of things anymore. But it's not right. And things I try to tell people, this is not normal. This is not normal life. This is not the way that things are supposed to be. And they look at me like, confused. And I'm like, I go to the community meetings. I mean, you guys already know I've worked for the Senate, one of the Senate candidates up here. I talk to these people. They look at me like I'm fucking crazy. But no, I mean, this is not the way the things are supposed to be up here. Baltimore City is I've never lived in Detroit. I've never lived in St. Louis, and I've never lived in some of the cities in California, even though I think the East Coast cities are worse. But if you've never been here and you don't understand, I mean, that's the thing is, it's. I know, Chris, you get it because I mean you're right there next to Chicago. You're in Springfield, but it's it's pretty harsh. Some of the things that we have to deal with up here, but we still do our best. And then every now and again, we get to take a break and drink a beer with our boys. That's what I
Beer,
like.
beer,
Yep, burr,
beer.
sure.
So
It's getting harder and harder each and every year.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty. That's the thing is people don't understand. It's not pretty. Everybody wants to live in the suburbs. I want to live in the suburbs. I want to live in the country. I mean, I want to live in the middle of nowhere.
I don't like suburbs, man. They make me feel lonely. I like the countryside.
I would say I prefer the country over the suburbs. But
I want to live out in the middle of nowhere where I'm not harassed by anybody.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
But at the same time, I mean, like, especially
But
you
I
and
know,
me,
but I
Chris. I
know,
mean, we're
but I
living
know
in
at
the
this,
city.
but I
You know,
know at the same time though, it gets mighty long. Well, shit, it's mighty lonely now. I mean, it wouldn't even be any different if I moved out to the middle of nowhere. No, people would be like, "Oh, Chris is gone. Where'd he go?" Hardly anybody would fucking care. You
well,
know,
see, nobody would
so
notice if I leave because I don't talk to anybody. Thing
it's just
is,
like I don't have many. I it, people come through Springfield all the time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll come see you," and it's like, "You were just through here. Why don't you just stop by?" And they're like, "Uh, it's just So I don't have many. I don't have many real life friends. A lot of my friends are like Facebook, and or I just see certain people every day. But like I said, I think when me and the missus retire, if we retire, I think we're just gonna buy an RV and just travel across country.
that actually sounds like a lot of fun until you break down. Because I'd actually talked about doing that too. You know, I mean, the thing is,
I'm out here 5 years. I've been doing this for 5 years, traveling full time. Almost 5 years now. So
it's hard trying to, like make a life with people who really think like you when it's really hard to be social.
yeah,
I have a hard time being social. Obviously, Chris, I have an easy time being social with you and with your wife. Um, I do fine with you guys on the Beer and Bullshit show. But I mean, a lot of times going out, it's a little bit different. And
Yep.
I don't know. The biggest thing with me is I always want to be polite, which I don't know why. I have this thing about being polite. I want to be nice, and then after like a couple beers on the Beer and Bullshit show, and I might get a little snippy with somebody. But I mean, the biggest thing is I want to be polite, I want to be nice. Yeah. But I
It's all
do,
good. It's all
yeah.
good.
I love you guys so.
aw,
You
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
well, I mean, you guys have become like like real friends, like over time. I mean, it's been like years we've been doing this together, you know.
Yeah. I can always count on you.
I think Amy, you've been through half the episodes now. I think you've been a consistent guest on half the episodes now.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't ever let you down. I try
Oh,
not to let you down.
well,
I mean,
there's well,
even when I come home from the gym and I'm tired, or even those nights where I've had a really bad day and maybe I'm a little drunk a little early, I mean, I always try to be there for you.
it's just, and I think that this is going to be one of those things where it's not going to be a regular thing. It's just like, hey, let's do a show, we'll do it, basically type of thing. I'm not looking to hit 200 or 300 or 400 episodes or whatever. I'm just you know whenever I feel like doing a show, let's just do a show. The schedules don't mean really much. You know, it's just that way.
Well,
I
like I
know
said,
I
I mean,
want to try to expand it, but at the same time, though, I know the realities is that hardly anybody watches this show anyway. I just do it for just pure entertainment value. That's it, really.
the biggest reason why I do it is because I just enjoy all of you guys' company. I mean,
And
I don't care about. I mean, I guess I should, but I mean, I don't really care about the YouTube show or how many views you have. I mean, that's your thing. The reason why I come on is because I enjoy your company. I like Shane. I like Jim Bab. I like Scott. Um, I like Ruby and some of the other people that came on early on.
right.
But thing is, I mean, I just enjoy being able to sit in my living room and drink beer and talk shit with beer geeks and libertarians.
And you don't have to take an Uber home.
You don't have to drive. You don't have to do anything. You're right there on your sofa. You're in your comfort space. You get to have like a nice, comfortable evening, and it's almost kind of like a date, in like a weird way. It's like I'm going out with my friends tonight. Where are you
But
going?
you don't have to leave your house.
I'm going to the couch, but it's really nice, and it's an awesome idea, and I love it, and I love being on the show. I've loved everything I've done since the beginning. So I don't see any reason for it to end. I mean, it's just it'd be nice if other people could kind of get on board with us,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not too many people though, because I tell you what, I'm very protective of you guys. Like I want to keep, I want to make sure that you guys always show up. I don't want anybody to run off, Jim Bab or Scott or Shane or whatever.
But it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have.
Shane likes to pick on me.
It'd be nice once in a while to have an extra person or two on.
Just for a little bit of variety,
just to break the monotony or whatever.
Yes, just for a little bit of variety.
And I'm trying to do that, but I think I'm trying to reinvent the wheel, but it's not kind of working. It seems like I keep going back to the same thing. So
yeah.
I mean, if I come up with an idea, I'll roll with it, but it's going to be one of those shock kind of moments. Be like, hey, I'm at my favorite, beer place or whatever. This is so and so, type thing.
Oh my god, but I didn't realize you were still alive. Why are you still alive?
Because there's still 3 people.
Well, no, we're
like no one watches the show anyway. I mean, damn. And they don't. And they only watch from what I understand. They only watch maybe the first 10 minutes, and they're like, okay, Yeah.
Yeah, you
That was
guys are
great.
lame.
Sorry, everybody.
I can't tell you the last time I watched. I actually watched through a show.
That's gotta be the worst thing. I mean, like we've got to be like the most boring people in the world, except to ourselves. You know.
Yeah, but that's what is beautiful about social media, is that never have so many had so little to say to so few about so little.
I suppose.
It's amazing.
Mm.
That's our power. We have so
I
little
can't
to
even
say
tell
about
what my dog's pillow is on my head.
So cheers to that. So much
Oh.
to say about so little to so few.
Oh, anyways, 10:30 is officially my bedtime
All right.
because I have to be up to get.
I'm gonna stop the broadcast anyway. Anyway, before I
love
do,
you guys though. You guys know that. I give you a little bit of shit, but
before I close out, everybody have a safe holiday. Beware the road pirates. And drink responsibly. And we'll see you next year.
Next year, all right.
For the anniversary show.
Yeah.
Sounds.
All right.
Good night, Chris.
All right. Have a good night.